Jessica Taylor. I'm with Booneville High School, the head fast pitch coach at Booneville High School, and I have been at Booneville for 8 years now. I love this school. I love the community support, I love my coworkers, I love the administration. It's just, it's a top-notch school, and I'm lucky and proud to be part of it. I went to college at Northeast, started out at Northeast, so played basketball and I played softball there, so I was still in Booneville. I left and went and played softball at UNA, University of North Alabama in Florence, Alabama. And then I went to, of course, when I graduated from UNA, I went to Baldwin right out of college. And then 10 years later, I'm back in Booneville. So I really, I don't know anything else. And, I've enjoyed every year of it. It's my hometown. It's where I've grown up. It's where my family is. So, just growing up around Booneville, it's just always been, I've always known this is where I wanted to be back. I never wanted to move off. I never have aspirations to move away from this small town. I love the small town feel. I love, walking and going to the grocery store and knowing people and going to church with people. And I love the tight-knit community feel. I grew up playing sports my entire life. In high school I cheered. I was on the cheer. I cheered for 6 years. I played softball since the 7th grade. I competed in several different, I think it was 100, 200, and the 4x100. At state, my team competed for all 3 of those in the first year of having track and ended up placing 3rd at state. Of course, I played basketball in high school and middle school, and then I played college basketball also with softball. So it's just like I've always been around sports. I love sports. I'm a competitor. I love to compete. I love to win. And there were several things that I thought that I might want to do, and everything always came back to coaching and just being around the sport that I love and I've grown up to love. And so here I am, still around it. I just can't imagine not being around sports and being involved in them in some way. Since I can't play them anymore, so I'm past that time in my life, then I'm just blessed that I still get to coach, young girls. I see the girls and their love for it, and it just reminds me of myself and how much that I loved the sport. And I just want them to, of course, I want them to be the best that they can be. I think that's what they're trying to do, and I feel like that's my job as a coach, is to make them the best that they can be and to prepare them for their future.
It's a new day at MaxxSouth. We are excited to share some great news. In our continued effort to support Mississippi businesses, MaxxSouth is now offering local advertising support. Through high-quality programming, we combine traditional television and premium digital advertising, allowing your multimedia campaign to reach your targeted audience at any time on any device. Call MaxxSouth Media Sales today at 662-701-8628.
My style, I don't know if I really have a style. I think sometimes that it can change with the type of players that you have. You have to change styles to accommodate what kind of team you have, because I've never had the same team. In 18 years of coaching, I think you have to coach, every team has a different style that I have to try to adapt to try to get the best out of each team. So I don't think it's one style that actually is best for each year and each team. I think it's a combination of many styles kind of working together to see what fits your team the best that year. So you kind of have to fit, within that. And of course, I don't change my philosophy. I just kind of, try to change the style and work with what's best for those players. I don't know if I really have a true philosophy, and I should, I guess, because I've been doing this for 18 years, but my main philosophy in coaching is just to work your butt off. Give it everything you've got every time you walk out on that field. I believe in going the extra mile I believe just to give your heart. If you're gonna do anything, there's no point in doing it unless you're gonna do it with everything you've got. And I take that approach with softball. Why are you here if you don't want to give it everything you've got? Try to prepare them for life. That's one philosophy I have, is to incorporate things in my softball program, in my practices, and my games that hopefully one day will prepare them later in life, because they're not going to play softball for the rest of their life. They're going to get jobs and they're going to get families, and I think it's important, that's big to me, is to try to prepare them for the future. And that's from being at practice on time, having your stuff there, being ready to go, being at games, being dedicated, being dependable. That's huge to me. Being a player that I can depend on. That's like with your job. Your boss has got to be able to depend on you for that job, or you won't be there. You won't have a job, and you can't support your family. You can't support you. So just trying to set the kids up, doing things within my program to set the kids up to be successful in life. I know the kids don't understand it. They don't get it right now, but I've had kids come back to me and they're like, "Thank you for." Things you did, because it has helped me later in life.
What's next, Coach?
Runner at 1.
You got 4.
Nobody out 3. Runner at 1. Don't hit into a double play.
I think they motivate themselves. I feel fortunate that I don't have to motivate them to be at practice. I don't have to motivate them to work hard. I think winning a state championship is the motivation. I think they've been there, they know what it feels like, and they want it again. I think that is their motivation. I'm big on being a great teammate. I think that's huge. I talk every day about being a good teammate and being a positive influence on the team and being somebody that other kids want to be around. Winning is huge to me. I think, everybody says they want to have fun on the team. I think winning is what makes it fun for the team. But, just mainly being a great teammate, that is, something that I talk about a lot with my kids. A team chemistry and having good teammates makes a team what it is and can make you so successful. You can be the most talented team in the world, but if you don't have good teammates and you don't have that team chemistry, you will not be successful. And I pass a lot of teams and defeat a lot of teams that don't have the team chemistry that we do have, and I think that's huge, and it always has been a big thing to me.
Nice hit, Amelia. Good hit.
Some of the expectations that we are looking for, and during the off season, we will have like a summer league where we can see, the next year, put people in positions and we play games. We had several teams, maybe 10 teams in our league, and they would just rotate. We would play different nights. We played at Northeast and we played on my field. And then when school starts, we'll start back. I have a lot that play basketball, that play soccer, that play volleyball. They cheer. So, at a small school, most of my kids are involved in something else. But the ones that just play softball, we go back to lifting. We go back to just basic fundamentals, but mainly getting stronger, doing a lot of different hitting programs, doing some pitching programs, and getting into the weight room. That's something that we really hit on during the off season, is trying to get stronger, because there's just not a lot of time to lift during the season. We try to keep it as much as we can, but it's just, it's tough to lift during the season. But for girls that have me, we try to lift pretty much year round and, try to get stronger. But like I said, I have so many kids in different sports, and, they're doing and working hard in their sport and getting in shape in their sport, and we're conditioning during the off season, so just trying to get ready for when our season does rolling around, because we are the last sport, along with baseball, during the season, during the school year. We try to finish the year strong.
It's a new day at MaxxSouth. We are excited to share some great news. In our continued effort to support Mississippi businesses, MaxxSouth is now offering local advertising support. Through high-quality programming, we combine traditional television and premium digital advertising, allowing your multimedia campaign to reach your targeted audience at any time on any device. Call MaxxSouth Media Sales today at 662-701-8628.
I believe some of my strengths this year are our pitching. We have Hallie Burns, who has committed verbally to Ole Miss. So she has done a great job for us in the circle. So I definitely think pitching. We also have Olivia Garrett, who's just a freshman. I mean, she's throwing 60 miles an hour, has several pitches. She's doing she's 5-0 right now. Every game she's won. She hasn't lost a game. So I think our pitching is definitely one of our greatest strengths that we have on our team right now.
Base hit the ball. Let's go. Good, Naya. Way to stay down, make a play. Great job. Way to stay with it.
One of the challenges that we faced this year is we replaced 6 seniors. So putting people in different positions, figuring out who's who's going to be the best at that position. Especially like with Hallie pitching, you've got to be able to score runs. You've got to make plays behind her, but you've got to be able to score runs. If you can score several runs, you're going to win ball games with her in the circle. So I think replacing those kids with new kids and getting that experience of kids that have never played before, that has been a challenge. And just trying to find the best kid for the best position. And our hitting has come and gone in spots but with Hallie in the circle and Olivia in the circle, we can still win ball games if we don't hit the ball really well, because they do so well at controlling the offense of the other team. So, I would say those are both been kind of challenges for us this year. The season started out, we lost 3 ball games in a row by 10 runs or more. We had Hallie and Olivia in basketball, and of course we all know that they won a state championship, which is awesome. That just shows you what a competitor and what these kids are refusing to lose, and they just showing you what the mentality of our athletes at Booneville High School are. But so I didn't have those girls for 3 ball games. And so we got Hallie and Olivia back. They won the state championship on a Saturday, and so I called practice on a Sunday because we played Monday. So they didn't have there's no rest for them, there's no time off for them. It's lace up your cleats, we're back, you're on the dirt now, okay? So they came into Sunday practice. Our whole energy of our team, it was like night and day. It was like a total 180. Like, we had so much energy. People were just, it looked like a whole new team. That was how much leadership and how much confidence that those 2 girls brought to the rest of our team. Being pitchers and being in the circle, that's huge. So we went on a winning spree. We won, I don't know how many games in a row, probably 13 to 14 games. That one loss was to Manatee last week that we split in the division, and Olivia's 5-0. So she's pitched a lot of it in non-division early games, and she'll pitch some this weekend because we have a couple non-division games. So Hallie pitches most of our division games, and then Olivia will pitch just non-division games. But she's getting so much better, and she's going to be right there. And she's a freshman. Hallie is a junior, so we've got a promising future. We still have a great future ahead of us. I think our team is known for just our willing to never give up, our refusing to lose. We've been in extra innings twice this year already, and the first one didn't pan out for us well, but the second one, we played great. We fought. I think that's big too, that we're known for, is just our fight, and it's just hard to beat a team that refuses to lose and that just will play you to the bitter end. And I think that's big. I think that's something that a lot of schools and teams know, that when they do a scouting report on us, I think that would be something that they would definitely say. We run the bases well, we pitch well. That's a couple things that are definitely a strength of ours. One of our biggest rivals is MaxxSouth. MaxxSouth is in our division. They were in our division last year. We split with them last year in the regular season. They ended up being number 1 in our division. We were number 2. So we faced them at North Half and ended up beating them at North Half to go to state. So they're in our division again, and we play them actually tonight. We played them Monday night. We moved it from Tuesday to Monday, and we beat them just 2-1 in extra innings. So, they're a tough team to beat. They're good. They have all their kids returning from last year. They didn't lose anybody. We lost 6 kids. Manatee would be another one. They're in our division. Our 3 teams in our division are, very similar. There's not a lot of difference between us 3. So, we're fighting tooth and nail to, try to win each game. So it's always fun to play teams that give you a lot of competition. My ultimate goal for this team this season would definitely be back-to-back state championships. I think that's our ultimate goal, and that's where we want to be at the end of May. We want to stay alive, and we want to be playing at the end of May. That's our goal, is to be playing at the end of May. My favorite movie about sports should be A League of Their Own, for sure. My favorite, top. It's my favorite movie of all time. Actually, for Halloween, my family dressed up as A League of Their Own. We had Dottie and Jimmy, and of course I put the slogan, "There's no crying in baseball," and I just love it because it's just, of course, it's an empowerment to women playing the sport that they love and not being it really wasn't suited at that time for women to be, athletes. And so I think I just love the movie because of the grit of it and the fight in it and just standing up for what they felt was right.
It's a new day at MaxxSouth. We are excited to share some great news. In our continued effort to support Mississippi businesses, MaxxSouth is now offering local advertising support. Through high-quality programming, we combine traditional television and premium digital advertising, allowing your multimedia campaign to reach your targeted audience at any time on any device. Call MaxxSouth Media Sales today at 662-701-8628.
I think that what makes a good high school coach is someone who cares about their athletes, cares about their players, like truly cares about the well-being and the future of their players, not just about their record, their wins and their losses, but truly cares about, when they go home at night, truly concerned about their players. I think that, and someone who truly loves their players. Some of the takeaways that I think are important at the end of any season and every season would be that the kids know that at the end of the day, at the end of the season, they have worked and done everything they can to make the season the most successful that it can be. So when they leave the program, even when a senior leaves the program or you leave the season, you leave it all out on the dirt. Like you've done everything you can at the end of the day to be successful and to win that state championship. And I think that makes an athlete, you can walk away with your head held high if you've done that. And if you haven't done that, then I think there's a lot of regret. I think there's just a lot of, I think that regret will eat you alive, and I don't want my players to have that at the end of the season, at the end of their senior year. I want them to, know that with a lot of hard work and a lot of dedication, that they can really achieve it, that it can happen. And I think we've proved that last year. And so I'm hoping and praying that we're going to prove that again this year. That's our ultimate goal.
Dear Lord,
Dear Lord,
hear our prayer.
hear our prayer.
Play this game.
Play this game.
Play it fair.
Play it fair.
Conquer and win.
Conquer and win.
But if to lose.
But if to lose.
Not to revolt.
Not to revolt.
Or to abuse.
Or to abuse.
With understanding.
With understanding.
Start again.
Start again.
Give us strength, Lord.
Give us strength, Lord.
Amen.
Amen.
All in all out on three. 1, 2, 3.
All in, all out.
I think what makes the game special is, I'd like to mention my assistant coaches. They work so hard, and without them, we would not be as successful. I have Coach Fowler, who calls pitches, works with the pitchers, and then I have Coach Lauderdale, who works with the outfielders. He does a lot of stats for us. He pitches to the players when my arm feels like it's going to fall off. So, each one of us, I think, contribute to the success of our team. I have the utmost respect for them and can't thank them enough for what they do. I think the players that I have and the parents who have raised these young ladies, that's why this team is what it is. Because without them, it wouldn't be what it is. Without the parents, the support of them, and the way they've raised these young ladies, we wouldn't be half as special as we are. I think that's probably the most important thing.